Hello and welcome back to Marineford TCG. My name is Joe. Drink of the day is Lemon San Pellegrino. And today we're playing some Red Black Sabo, the new one from OP13. This leader is incredibly powerful but has a really strict curve to be able to compete with the top meta threats like Emu and Red Blue Ace. I do think this gives him some level of consistency issues, which I've tried to mitigate by cramming as many searches as I could really fit into this deck. So I will be going with a deck list. If you want to skip straight to the gameplay, go straight ahead. So Red Black Sabo, 5k, 5 life, Red Black, but does have, if you have 4 more life, you give this leader minus 1000 power. This makes it such that you really want to take your first 2 lives pretty damn sharp, so that you can be at 5k to at least start pressuring your opponent more, because whilst we do have pretty good longevity, we do somewhat need to aggro down, at least into Emu. Like, their end game is crazier than ours. And then Don X1, if you have an 8-cost character, all of your characters and leaders gain 1000 power. That's your turn, opponent's turn, whenever. It's effectively like makes you a 6k leader and is like a red Zorro effect and a red-green smoker effect for the opponent's turn part. It's crazy. Makes your board really hard to play. Obviously makes your leader just that bit tankier to compete with all the other 6k leaders going around. And combos pretty well with some of the old Black Rev Army cards that are just increasing their own cost to 8 regardless. So this list that I've put together, and it's really all based around this new Sabo. 6/7 blocker, activate main once per turn, one of your characters gets +2 cost till the end of your opponent's next turn, then you give 1 rested on to your leader. You want to drop this on 6 literally every game. This is probably the best card in the deck. I don't think that's too controversial to say. It turns on your leader effect immediately, it comes down just on 6, and then an 8k blocker in your opponent's turn, which means that if your opponent really hasn't established anything too early, then they don't get to swing. And if they've established one guy, well, at least you get out of 1 hit for free, which is pretty nice. And then turn over turn, because it's activate main, you get an extra Don's value every turn, which is brilliant. And then after that, you want to play the Black Dragon, 8/8 on play, bot 3 Rev Army cards from your trash, then summon 6 from your trash again, and again, you want to summon this Sabo. Ideally by 8, you'll have 2 of these Sabos and a dragon. You get to start putting 2 Don on your leader every single turn. And don't just treat this guy as a blocker. He can have hands, and he really should have hands, because he's an 8k swinger. That's a great number. After that, depending on your matchup, you might want to play Stussy. This is really nice into Red Blue Ace. They love playing out the big Nugates, either on 8 or on 9, depending on what curve they're on. Well, on 9 or 10, you can just Stussy, get rid of their Nugate, and it really sets them back a long way. Especially if you're able to control their board a little bit in the early game. Stop them having too much crazy going on. And if you can draw like 2 Stussies and just remove their first 2 Nugates and establish these 9k bodies, it's really hard for them to do much of anything. Really big fan of the Stussy. I'd even be tempted to go to 4, but I am at 3 at the moment. Also got 3 of the Red Dragon. He's Rev Army. You know this one. This is a classic. Really good rush. If you've got 2 Sabos on the board, this is effectively a 4/9. Which is wild. Searchable off all our Rev Army type searches. And just really good for closing out games. And of course, 2 Rogers. This seems to be a Roger meta. If you're playing OP13 and you're playing red, you should probably have at least a couple copies of Roger. The fact that it's searchable off Garp in all of these brothers decks is brilliant, so you can actually reliably find this guy. That was always one of the problems I had with this card in decks like Shanks, and even some of the other red aggro decks. You just kind of had to draw him. It's just RNG. But with this Garp being able to search anything with cost of 3 or more, Roger's now searchable and he's pretty reliable. And you often get these sort of stalemates into the other red decks, where you're sitting there with a monstrous board, they're sitting there with a monstrous board, you both got like 3 blockers, so nobody can go for lethal. But if you attack too much and hit them to 0 and they live, well, then you get Rogered. So it creates some interesting scenarios at the minute, but I do think he's a mainstay. You could try the 10-cost Shanks, the one that on play when attacking just turns off your opponent's blockers. That is a card I want to try. Also, the 10-cost Teach could be quite cool. That's another card I want to try. But for now, I'm on Roger. I'll show you the 10-cost Teach, actually. Yeah, this one. You negate the effects of all your opponent's characters and leaders. This could be incredibly strong. Obviously, it's a little bit slow on the turn it comes down. Like, Roger still applies great pressure on the turn he comes down, whereas Teach does literally nothing. But I do want to give it a go, at least. But that's like your curve. The supporting cast, I've got 4 of the Garp Searcher because it searches everything except your other searchers. and the Koala 2k. I've got 4 of the Koala Searcher because we do need to build just a little bit of trash for Dragon. We're never getting up to like the 15 that the Sabo wants, but we do need a little bit of trash for Dragon, and Koala's nice for that. Also got 4 of the Stage. This is the best Searcher in the deck. Fills your trash in a controlled manner. You can choose what you want to discard, and obviously searches you towards your most important pieces in the early game, the Sabo and the Dragon. And lastly, I got a couple of Bello Betty Searchers. This is literally just extra searchers. You could go with the Captain's Assemble event instead if you like, but Bello Betty is a 1k, and she does dig that little bit deeper to help you just guaranteed see the Sabo as much as is humanly possible. Other cards, I got 4 Hack. He's fine. If you find some like aggro decks, he's kind of cool. Into Red Blue Ace, he can be okay for blowing up Cavendish or Marco, but this card's not amazing right now. Like, into Roger, it doesn't really do anything. Into Emu, it very much doesn't do anything. And into Red Blue Ace, even where it can kill something, it's not incredible. But it is an 8 cost if you're on the odd curve on 5. Playing this on 4 is quite nice. And I got 2 of the Black Sabo. Again, this really doesn't come up that much, but it's a decent little Rev Army blocker. If you're on 6 and you somehow whiff this, this is an okay backup. You could play the 5 cost Koala instead. That might actually be better, because she can just has the same activate main as the this Sabo. And on 5, this is quite good because it goes to 8. If you want to play this over the Sabo, be my guest. It's very much a decent option. And then in terms of 2k, he's got 4 of the Morley because he's an 8 cost sometimes. 4 of the Koala. Doesn't come up a lot, but the Power Down, again, can come up sometimes if you're playing board. When you get into those stalemates against decks like Red Blue Ace, that's when this is the best. And 4 of the Sabo. He's a blocker in a pinch. You can summon him off of the Dragon if you don't have this Sabo to summon. And you get a 6/7 blocker. It's not too bad. And, of course, if you get 15 in trash, he can cost 3, but that doesn't really happen very often. Lastly, 3 of the Waxing Fist. It's a Brad Bing. It's pretty good. A lot of big swingers at the minute, so counter events seem to be creeping their way into more and more decks. And I am a big fan of the Waxing Fist. 3 copies seems fine because it's super, super searchable in this build. So that's my build of Red Black Sabo. There's going to be different things you can change about this deck if you really want to. I think the Stussy for me is a big winner at the minute. Red Blue Ace is just everywhere. That deck is so, so popular and so, so powerful. So I am big on the Stussy at the minute. Just having 3 makes you so much more likely to see it by the turn that you need it in that matchup. Roger, of course, we need Roger into Emu. Otherwise, even once you get them to 0, it's hard to win. So I think Roger and Stussy are going to be my techs of choice, and then the rest of this is just trying to be as consistent as possible. Thank you for listening to me talk about the deck. Here's the games, and a reminder again, people are still getting used to these decks, so don't be too critical of my plays or my opponents, please. Got to give him to Ace, and strangely, he's chosen first. I'm happy with this hand, though. We've got Stage, we've got the Stussy. We need to see a couple of searchers, but yeah, this is very playable. I love having the Stage in my opening hand, and the Stussy is just a treat as well. The Stussy is obviously unsearchable, and very good into Ace. Very, very good, in fact. You can answer there first. If you can answer there first, like big Whitebeard blocker with the Stussy, it's so good. Goldie Roger. Okay, that's something to be careful of. That is indeed something to be careful of. We'll go with this. I don't love trashing any of these. We need this. We need this. We need this. There's the Waxing Fist or the 2k. Probably the Waxing Fist right now. I'll take a Koala. We can continue to build trash. We'll take a Hack, because that's the only thing we can take. Can't take Koala off of Koala, sadly. Otherwise, I'd have happily taken the 2k, but it's fine. And we've got a good curve. We do need to see one more 6-cross Sabo would be great. Very worst case, I can summon this, I guess. Or a Hack. Hack is okay into Red Blue Ace. They do play Cavendish. They do play Marco. He can get a little bit of value. Just not that much. So we'll probably end up ditching him. If our opponent goes like 4-7, I'll ditch him to get onto the 4. Yeah, he does indeed go 4-7. We'll ditch the Hack. And then we'll take the 7. Of course. This could also be 6 and then play a Searcher, but that seems worse just because you don't get the draw if I deal the damage. And if he does prioritize that, I'll probably just, swang all 4 Dons on and go 8. Especially with no Searchers in hand. But no, it does go 7. Okay, we'll take this one. Roger's great, though. I love seeing Roger. Okay, it's quite a lot of bricks. It's quite a lot of bricks. A little concerning. It's fine. It's fine. Probably. I don't think we need all these dragons. I think we're just going to be spamming Stussy. So I'm going to take the koala. We'll go 2 to 2. Go to the Garp. Just in case. We are a weak leader, so these do have some amount of merit. There's no way you can keep this alive. Yeah, thank you. Thank you. I'll take a 2k. It's anything we can take. And then we'll just go 6. When you're attacking into ace, going 6 versus 7 literally doesn't do anything because they have a free 2k. He takes. Cool. If you can take a 6, I'm kind of okay with that. I'm okay with that. One annoying thing they can do right here is go 7 and then play pudding. I don't have the tools to counter a 7, really. Not when I'm at 4. It sucks. He does just go with the Yamato, which I'll happily take the hit from. Cool. So we've got the Sabo. We're looking for more Sabos. Otherwise, this dragon is a bit crap next turn. Probably just going to ditch the Bella Betty. Oh, nice. We do see the Sabo. So next time we can ditch the Sabo with the stage and go with it like that. Good stuff. Bing bong. Swinging for 7. Get at least 1 card, right? Get at least 1 card. 10 in hand, though, man. It's disgusting. This shit draws cards. Marco draws cards. Everything draws cards. It's crazy. It's crazy. He's going to be looking for the 6-cost Yamato next turn. He's about his best play. Jozu doesn't really do anything in this matchup. Because obviously our Sabo is an 8-cost. Jozu's not one of these newfangled cards that hits base cost. Jozu actually hits a 6. Does give us the Yamato in the end there. That's fine. Pass it over. Well, we got this. We've got our Dragon Sabo play next turn. Turn after that, we can start spamming Stussy, which is pretty good. 6 here. If this is Yamato for 6, that swings 7 and that swings 8. So, I mean, it's kind of not ideal regardless. Let's give him a no blocker and then a Morley. I'm expecting 6-cost Yamato. If it's not Yamato, brilliant. It is, though. So it's going to be 7-8. We can at least block the 7. And then we'll have to take the 8. If the 8 wants to go here, then I'll give him the 2k. It's fine. The 8 shouldn't go here, though. Not with 6 in hand. Definitely want to keep up the pressure, I think. Yeah. That's really bad, but we can't actually discard that because we have to get rid of the Sabo this turn. But I mean, that's still fine. That's still fine. He's at 9 cards. I think we need to focus on playing board here. Yeah, I think we need to focus on playing boards, otherwise we are going to get overwhelmed quite quickly. Let's ditch the blocker. I'll take the 2. The Waxing Fist is going to be good next turn. So we're expecting Newgate. If we can remove the 6k Yamato, he's going to have 9 with Yamato and 9 with Leader. So we'd have to take 1 and then block 2k one. But we get to remove the Newgate. It's not too bad. I think we can afford to take the Waxing Fist here. It will be really good next turn. To leave open. Then we'll go with the Dragon. Send back Koala. Just a bunch of searchers and the Waxing Fist. Send back this. Bing bong. Bing bong. This is sort of in the assumption that I'm getting rid of this Yamato. If not, it's going to be a little bit more tricky, but I don't think the numbers are too much worse. I mean, if he saves this, that's 4 cards. That's kind of tough. So I think this will be let go. Yes. Do I just not swing with this? He'll have 9-9. No, it doesn't change anything. We may as well swing with this. Would he ever go into this twice? With like a... No, it's locked to 9-9 regardless. Oh no, it's 9-10. He might go into this with the 10. But if we can distract 2 hits, that's kind of fine actually. I'm going to go life. I'm going to go life because he's already used the Leader effect. So he should give us 2 cards here. And if he takes, then he effectively loses 1 use of his leader effect, which is kind of nice. Swinging into the Yamato is pointless because he just uses the other leader effect. Just gives us 1 card. Here we probably get 2, I think. Yeah, it gives a Marco and a 1k. Of some description. Go up, cool. And then we'll pass it over. So we're expecting, obviously, the blocker Nugate. Blocker Nugate, the best thing he can do this turn. For sure. We'll put 2 dons here, 2 dons here. Yamato gives another don here. It's crazy. Crazy value. Yeah, there you go. I'm Whitebeard. Here comes Mr. Blocker. Indeed, indeed, indeed. So yeah, this goes to 9. This goes to 8. Yamato puts this to 9. So like I say, he can go 9, 10. If he wants to go 10 to the Sabo, I'd actually kind of love that. I would kind of like that. Just because we can have the blocker, right? Sorry, just so we can protect our life quite nicely. That made no sense at all. The 9, though, we will be block 2K'ing for sure. Yeah, whichever one of these guys swings 9, we go block 2K with the Koala. And then the other one will have to take or sack the Sabo blocker. He's thinking. He's thinking. Could also be 9-9, but I mean, it's kind of no different. Yeah, we'll go block and then 2K on this one. And if he wants to take out one of the Sabos, that's fine. It's okay. Obviously, I like to keep him, but what can you do? Next turn, we can finally get rid of this shitty stage that's in our hand. That'll be good. And we are threatening the Roger. Yep, that's fine. Don't mind that at all. Obviously, if I had the 2K, 1K, I'd have probably protected it. There's an argument I could have took the 2K over the Waxing Fist, but I think this works out okay for us. These games are they're a marathon, not a sprint. I think Stussy into Stussy is going to be good. We are going to go down to 4 characters again, so we can just play the Stussy again and remove the second Koala. Don't think we need the Dragon right now, so I'm going to take the Morley. Just to have a little bit of counter. Go with the Stussy, remove the Koala, remove the Nugate. He draws a card, of course. That's fine, though. Buff here. So we've got 7. This is at 8. This is at 9. I mean, we'll go 7 to 6. There's no point going 7 to 7. We may as well go 7 to 6. And if we burn the leader effect, cool. If not, it's okay. This 9, I think I'm going to put into the Yamato. And then this 8, not sure if I want to swing with this, honestly. I'm not sure. We'll have to think about it carefully, depending on what he does with these first 2 swings. I want to keep at least 1 up for the Waxing Fist. Does just use the leader effect now. Okay. Let's go 9 to Yamato. So if we can get rid of this and limit his board to 1 guy a turn, we're in a great spot here. We are in a great spot. Because if he just Nugates, we just remove it again. So I actually think we can afford to attack with this. Because we can just Waxing Fist out this turn. So yeah, let's go 8 to 6. We're in a strong position here. I like this a lot. The Stussies, man. Such a good card in this matchup. Such a good card. And to be fair, we did get up. I did get my favourite curve going evens, but he gave me it. He wanted first. So, he can't really complain. Does take, wow, we got... That's incredible. We got out of his... we got rid of the Nugate, we got rid of the Yamato, and we dealt a damage. And he only got 1 draw off it, man. He lost 2 cards that turn. Surely these can't all be bricks, right? Surely these can't all be bricks. Hey, I don't know. We'll see. But if this is just another Nugate, I think he's cooked. I really do think he's cooked if this is just another Nugate. Because we have another Stussy. Stussy, she's so powerful. Look at her. Look at her go. This SP's fire, by the way. Incredible card. Yeah, and just leaves. Okay. I mean, he didn't have a Nugate. But, yeah, it really didn't matter if he had a Nugate. He could have maybe dug with the Izzo to find one and then played it with the event. But, yeah, we just have another Stussy. I'm pretty sure we never lose from there. And in fact, we're drawing another Dragon. So if he doesn't Nugate, if he goes to something like Marco, we can just play another Dragon. Just go wide again. I don't know. Either way, well played to our opponent. I think we simply had the answers there with the stussy. Got to give him to Roger. He's second first. Must have a ramp because he's kept. I don't love that hand. Don't love that hand either, but it is better. Definitely better. Has the shanks. Grabs the 8-cost Rayleigh. Good stuff. Let's go to the stage. I'll ditch one of the Sabos. Ugh, it's not great. I'll take a Morley. And then we'll pass it up. So we're expecting 6 here, and then a ramp of some description. Buggy. Maybe the event. Unless he wants to just do 4-6. Does want to do 4-6, okay. Well, do you know what? I'm going to take both. Screw it. We're gaming. We're gaming. Okay, well, we got the Sabo. We've got another Sabo. Let's stage away the stage. The card is not useful. That would have been useful, but we can't take it. I'll take a Waxing Fist, I think, here. Now, the question is, do we want a Morley or do we want to Garp? Getting the Morley down, given that he didn't ramp, is quite nice. The Garp would be good, though, to... because we've got a pretty strict curve and we don't have Dragon just yet. So I think I'm going to go with the Garp. Looking for Dragon. We don't get Dragon. Hack's kind of garbage. Let's just take the Stussy. She could be okay. And then, yeah, we'll go 7. I'm not going to Waxing Fist, obviously, because it's not, like, live, but we'll leave one up. I don't think the Shanks will be attacking again. I don't think so. Goes with the bullets. We're gonna see a 7. Sure. I will take once more. Happy to have a big hand. There's the Dragon. We needed that. We needed that quite badly. Let's ditch one of the Sabos. Go for the search. Take a Dragon. Then we'll go with Sabo. Buff up. And then just swing for 7 myself. Who needs to counter hits? Both of us just swanging. Maybe we'll see like a, was it not Douglas Bullet? Scopogaban here. Scopogaban, very good, very good. So he's going to go up to 9 Don, not 10, which is very nice, because he'll still be at 5k this turn. Although, to be honest, I think I'm just going to Dragon anyway. We do need to make sure. So this is 7, this is 6, right? So we just block this one. It's a strange sequencing, a touch, but what can you do? Do I like this? We've got a Stussy, we've got a Roger. Honestly, I'm kind of fine to give up the Garp here. We do have to trash a Rev Army target. That is the perfect one to trash. You'd love to see that. We'll take the 2k there. Then we'll go with the Dragon. We have exactly the right amount in trash. We can get rid of the stage, and the 2k Sabo. Resummon the big Sabo. Do this here. Do this here. This is 8. Do I want to take out Bullet? I kind of do want to take out Bullet. I also want to keep up pressure. Is it 3? He can't attack. I kind of do want to take out Bullet. If we can get him down to 1 here, though. I mean, that's pretty good. Let's see if we can get him down to 1 here. Or get 2 2Ks. Next turn, I'm expecting the Rayleigh. Okay, does indeed go down to 1. A little scary for our friend here, you know? A little scary. Because next turn, we've either got the option of Stussy or Dragon. Both pretty good. And we can leave Dons up for our Waxing Fists as well. So we're going to have a lot of counter next turn. Oh, he's on the promo Roger. Interesting. Okay, that makes things a little bit more difficult. I think. I was expecting the Shanks build. It's not what we got. 10 to 8. That's going to be a no blocker moment. And then we'll have to give 2k 2k. He can't kill this. That's cool. What 2k is the most useful? Probably the Sabo? I don't think it matters. Let's go to both of those. This is 6, potentially 8. I'll just take the free block on the 6. It's going to be a 7, sure, that's fine. We'll counter out. Got to keep Dons up for our Waxing Fists this turn. I think we're ignoring leader and just going into board this turn. I'll probably stussy, just get rid of the Roger. So if we can clear the board here, it's a great position. And by attacking into his board, we sort of nullify this plus 2k, right? Let's ditch the hack. I'll take a 2k. We'll take Koala. It's good. We'll go with the stussy. Go to this. Go to that. Do these. This is at 9. We can pressure this with at least, like, the dragon. The last Don has to be kept up for Waxing Fist. What's this at? 6, 7, 8. Let's go 8 to bullet. I think we just play board, though. I don't think we bother pressuring life with the 1-9. The 1-9 on 9 is not worth it, in my opinion. If he plays, like, another one of these Promo Rogers or the 10 Roger next turn, like, we don't really get to do anything, but he doesn't really get to do anything either, because we can just Waxing Fist out. Very much don't expect to see the save on that bullet. I think that'd be a little crazy. We'll go 9 to 7. So we just get more cards by attacking this Gaban. We do. I also don't really want to put him to 0, obviously, because of Red Roger. You put him to 0, it's always a scary time. Cool, we get 2 cards there. I'll take it. I'll continue attacking. You've made your leader a 7k, even though it's kind of nullified the effect of the purple Roger, right? Oh, no 2ks? You can't save this if you got no 2ks, man, I don't think. I think that's a little crazy. But hey, who am I to say? We'll see, we'll see, we'll see. We'll see. DD's out. Wow, we got... How many cards was that? That was 6 cards. 6 cards? 1, 2, 3, 4... Yeah, 6 cards, and we killed the bullet. You can't. You can't. If you're gonna buff your leader, I don't think you can afford to save that though. Maybe though. We'll see. We'll see. And we remove the Roger as well, right? The Stussy. Big up Stussy. What a Chad. Okay, another promo Roger. Sure. We'll 2k this one. And then if I can Waxing Fist out cleanly, that kind of sucks actually. But regardless, we will do it. We need to save our guys. Cool. So what do we want to do here? Do we want to pressure life? It's got 2 Don open for events. No more Stussies. Definitely want to keep it on up for Waxing Fist. Don't actually hate just playing a blocker here. And going very efficient with the Donnage. That might be the move. If he Rogers, we don't die to Roger because we only have to counter a 7. If we can move this Gaban. Which is what I'm assuming we're going to do. Yeah, and in fact, as a result, I think I'm going to ditch this dragon. Look for more counter. Okay, cool. We'll take a koala there. Yeah, I'll play the hack. And then we'll do this. So this is a... Let's go 9 to 7. Let's try and clear the Gaban first. He should always let this go. I mean, if he defends this, we're like threatening lethal anyway. We're maybe threatening lethal regardless, but with 2 Don open, it's a hard call to make. So what's this, 11? 11's a decent number. If he wants to use a 3k event, I guess he can get out of this fairly cleanly. But at least we burn it. Takes. So we can do 9, 9. This is at 7, 8 currently. There's no point keeping these up now. Let's just do a bunch of 9s. See if he's got the counter. We'll go this. Okay, he did have a counter. Well, he's going to try and Roger us here, but it doesn't matter because we only have to counter a 7. I don't think he... Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I don't think this was ever going to work. But I guess if this was his only shot, right? We can actually counter this Roger hit. It doesn't matter. GG's to our opponent. That will be the game. There's no way for him to win, sadly. Unless we decide to... Ooh, should we block? Should we block? No blocker. So, no trigger. No blocker. So, oh, he got it to the rematch button. Hey, pretty nice win there against the Roger. I'll have to review that one. I can't quite remember the start of that game. I think he whiffed the ramp on 3, right? Yeah, that was pretty big. And we got our curve, but we're playing so many surges. We really should see the curve. But hey, well played to our opponent. Let's move on. Gonna give him to Emu, and I'm actually gonna go... I want to try the first curve. I think this should be terrible, but I want to maybe get some footage of going first. Hack on 5 is nice. Sabo to follow up. And this is fine. This is fine. We'll go with... I'm actually just going to go with the stage first. And as much as I said hack on 5 is nice, I'm going to still go with him. We'll take a 2k. And then pass it up. Yeah, as much as I said I like hack on 5, I want to get the stage down immediately. Just get the maximum amount of cycle towards what we need to see. So we have such a strict curve. And obviously going first, we're just worse. But could be cool to show this off. I don't mind getting battered if it shows off the matchup accurately. Grabs a Valkyrie off the Searcher event, ditching a Mars and I never existed. Okay, so he's got something for 4. Ditches a Saturn. That's a little... Must have multiple, right? Because his card's very, very good on 4. I'm a huge fan of Saturn on 4. Passes it up. Cool. I'm going to go with the Koala, because there's nothing in my hand I want to trash off this. This is important. Again, there's nothing I want to trash. I think we'll trash the Sabo, though. Yeah, Sabo next turn's not great. I think maybe we'll just Morley next turn, honestly. Go to this guy. That is important. We need to see that. We'll go the Bello Belly. I'll take a second one, because then we can hopefully toss him to grab a dragon. Just hit him with a 5. Just hit him with a 5. We've got the Roger, we've got the Sabo, we've got the dragon. We just need to see the black dragon, and then we've got our curve. Will it be enough to beat Emu going second? Of that, I'm not so sure, but we'll see, we'll see. He's going to take number 3. You'll have to see it. 8 in hand, that was crazy. I'm expecting Saturn here. Valkyrie is also fine. Yeah, it goes with Valkyrie. I think I slightly prefer Saturn. You don't need a blocker this turn, but... I mean, it's not a bad play, right? Literally, either of them are fine. Either of them are fine. Although, interestingly, he's only got 4 in the trash, so... Hack would actually be online right now. It's an interesting thought. Did you do pizza? It's not going to be online for very long, though. By the time he gets to his next turn, it'll be off. Yeah, we'll take that one. Bello Betty. I don't think we want to play her. I think I'm just going to play a Morley. If he wants to use a Mars and sack a card to blow up my Morley, I think I'm fine with that trade. Definitely going to ditch the second Sabo. Looking for Dragon. We don't see him. We're going to have one searcher next turn. The Betty is better, so let's just take the 2k here. Then I'm going to drop the Morley. And swing for 6. Just nice to have, like, a extra guy. If he doesn't Mars it, great. If he Marses it, it is what it is. It costs him a card. And he's not playing anything better, like the Nosturo or, like, more Saturns, for example. It's also just a little blocker, right? It's a 6k blocker, so if he doesn't have the Mars for some reason, although we ditched one earlier, then we might get a free block. You never know. We might get a free block. Does have the Mars, though. Seems good. Cool. Which is the Nosturo. quite frustrating this hits base cost, but I understand why it does. They didn't want this to combo with the Black Celestial Dragon, the old cards. Because that would have been pretty insane if it's just hit, like, actual cost. If you could have, like, was it the Charlos on the board? Does he give -3? I think he gives -3. But then blow up an 8 cost for 3. That would be nuts. That would be nuts. But yeah, we're probably going to take a little bit of damage here. Especially if he wants to swing with the Walker, which he definitely should. I think 6-7 here is great if you have searchers. He's just starving. I've seen more people doing this. I still don't like it. I think it's greedy. But we'll see, we'll see, we'll see. That search sucks. That search sucks. Let's get rid of the Morley. Looking for Black Dragon. No Black Dragon. I guess we'll take the Sabo. Sure. Then we'll go with this Sabo. And we'll hit him with a 6. Maybe when you're on even curve with Emu, starving's not so bad, because there's just less aggression, right? Although if you're going to block and sack anyway. I don't know. I don't know. I think this is one of the decks that can sort of outlast the Elders a little bit, right? Maybe. Maybe not. Maybe that's cope. Maybe that's cope. We do need to see Black Dragon next turn, though. Happily sort of ditch this. This is like also a decent summon for the dragon. Because it stops him blowing anything up. It is. It is. Yeah, he's going to be on his 10 cost next turn. So, it's quite scary. Jupiter not quite online yet. If he doesn't have another searcher. Can't Jupiter at least, which is nice. See who's coming. It's Nosturo, sure. But he chose to starve last turn. So playing the rush one's a little interesting. Unless he's just going to like Saturn or Walkiri and pass. Not sure what to make of that. Walkiri. Yeah, it looks like he's just full starving. That's interesting. Well, we've got the Garp and we've got the Rev Army HQ. If we don't see a Black Dragon after this, that's just kind of unlucky. So we've done 2 Bellow Betties. I don't think we've seen any at all, right? Done 2 Bellow Betties and a Koala, and we've done like 3 stage uses. Might even be 4. So we got to see one. We got to see one. I'm going to do the stage. Oh, he is attacking. It doesn't get the when attacking because the effect's not online. This is like max 5, 6. We'll just take this one. I want my extra power to be online, and then he can only have 1 attack, but the Sabo can just block it. So I do want to take 1 swing there. Which is that. Again, interesting that he had this and didn't want to play it. Very interesting. Let's trash this Sabo. Well, there's the Black Dragons. We found them. And we do indeed have a Sabo in there. I know I put it there earlier. Let's go with this. We'll send back the stage, the event, and a Morley. Summon this over the top of one of the dudes. Go here, here. Go here, here. So what are we at? We're at, this is at 8. This is at 8. We've got 1 Don for a laugh. Just hit him with the 8s. I think we just have to keep attacking. Yeah. Go 9. See if he wants to just block again. At least it takes a guy off the board. Right, it's 1 less hit. Yeah, it does just block. Seems sensible. And we'll pass it up. This can reduce this to 6. He's going to get the double Nosturo. Ooh, although, with this many cards in trash, he's going to go to 11, put 3 more in there, go to 14, summon 5 back, it'd be a 9. He might not have enough cards to, he might have enough cards to do the when attacking. Unless he either uses the Mars effect or trashes from hand instead of board. Both of those go -1 in hand. 2Ks together, 3 2Ks and 1K. We obviously want to keep this if we at all can. He's going to go 4 for this. He's going to keep at least 1 Don open. So Nostro is going to be at 7. So it'll be maybe 8. 8 into 4. It's miserable. He needs to counter 1 of those. 2K, 1K. I think we're supposed to take this. That card's useless. Good cycle for the event, though. For the stage, rather. Yeah, so if he wants to use the, when attacking of Nostro, he needs to either have like a Searcher event or ditch one in hand from the Mars, which is interesting. I presume he has the whole Goon squad in here. They always do. Yeah, there they are. They're all back. They're all back. But yeah, only 9 in trash. Only 9. Marcus Mars. Wonder if he realizes. I wonder if he realizes. He does. He could blow up my Bella Belly or the Koala, it doesn't matter. But yeah, he realized that Nostro has been attacking. Hey, at least we got a card out of him. That's not too bad. It's a 3K event as well, which is kind of fine. So he goes for here. Got 2 swings. I think we're kind of cooked. You just don't get enough pressure on this even curve. Even though we've drawn basically the perfect curve. When they're on evens, it's just so much better. It's so good. So what's this? This is a 10. Oh, that's crazy, man. It's gross. 10's gross, man. Yeah. It's working out whether he wants to reduce the other blocker or this. It does reduce the other blocker. So if we want to save this, it's 2K, 2K, 1K, and then leader swings 6, and it's another 1K or 2K. So we lose all our counter. We're not going to be able to go for game next turn. Oh, it sucks. This very sucks. I think we have to just let it go. Sadly. I don't think... We can't afford to give up all the counter there, and we're not going to win next turn anyway. We still have 4 swings, so we'll get something out of him. But, like, this is not a good position to be in. Doesn't swing. Okay. Well, let's get rid of the stussy. Card is beyond useless. Do we go with Dragon here? Let's get back another Sabo. Just keep cycling. I think we have to go more aggressive here. We'll take the Waxing Fist. If we do this, and you get 1 free Don. So let's go to 7, go to 8, go to 9. We can swing 5 of this. This will be at 9, this will be at 8. I want everything to be at least at 9. Let's do that. Start with 9. Yeah, it's just so silly, right? It's just so silly the amount of value they get. Every turn, 2 blockers, every single turn. It's nuts, man. It's nuts. Let's go with a World Equilibrium and a 2K. I'd rather have that than never existed in a 1K, I think. It's going to be at 10. This is just going to get blocked. Hmm. 8-5 or just 10? 10 we an event in the 2K. I'm gonna go 8. See, maybe he doesn't have the never existed. Maybe he doesn't have it. If he doesn't have it, 8 sucks for him. I think there's 2 2s. And they're often fairly low on 2s. It's only given us a couple, though, so maybe not. We'll see, we'll see. Bit of a gamble. Bit of a gamble. We can also just leave Dons up for the Waxing Fist as well, which is probably best. This should probably have been 9 and just leave 1 up. We get him to take, though. I'll take that. Do we want to Garp here? What would we be looking for? Just a 2k. Decent chance we hit one, though, right? We've not seen that many 2ks. I think we can Garp. Yeah, we get a 2k. That's cool. Pass it up. I don't want to swing with the Betty. Not now that he took. Now, obviously, if we can go to 0, that'd be great, because then we can try and Roger, but I don't think we're gonna... don't think we're gonna get to that point. At least not safely. But we'll see, we'll see. We'll have to do some shrewd maths. Depending on where he starts swinging. I expect Venus Duro into Sabo would be a very good place to start swinging. 6 and just 8 and 6, very, very good. It's hard, like, if I take out the Venus Duro there instead of attacking his life, like, sure, he doesn't get the debuff, but he's still going to have pretty good aggression. Let me work this out. I think we can at the very least take this one with the amount of cards in the amount of counter in our hand. We've got 12k. Yeah. I think we can at the very least take that one. Because I do want to still threaten the Roger, right? I want to threaten the Roger. And he's got to think carefully now, because if he attacks me again, then I'll do the maths on whether or not we can afford to take. But if he plays board, we've now got an extra 2k to attack into his life, actually, which is pretty good. So if we take this, this is never getting to 19. So we can swing 16 with Nosturo, or 615. We can go to 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. Yeah, and counter the 15 and then counter the 4. So yeah, we can take this. I think this is a mistake. I think he needed to play board here. Because we can counter out of this 16 from Nosturo. Or 615, either or. And now we have like maximum cards to defend our board, and Roger is online. Which are all just really important. I think playing board here was the way. But if I can get a win against Emu going first, I'll take it, I'll take it. People are still getting used to the decks, right? Me too. I'm still getting used to the Sabo deck. I'm not fully locked in with this deck just yet. Yeah, it looks like he is just going for the lethal. Or maybe he's hedging his bets a little bit. Nope, he's going for it. He's going for it. Sure. We'll go Waxing Fist, buff to 10. 12. 14. 16. 18. Jeez. And that is the end of the game. He did have the 10 cost. Yeah, I think I would have definitely played into the Sabo first, try and remove the Sabo, and then just play 10 cost and just go again. And probably going to look towards getting another 10 cost and just go again and again and again. Your endgame is better than my endgame, so I think just playing board there. Don't try and challenge me for the lethal, because I'll happily take it and Roger. But either way, well played to our opponent. I'm happy to get a win going first. Going first into red-blue ace. We've got a stage. We've got quite a lot of searchers. I do like having a lot of searchers early, you know. Let's keep, and I think we'll just dump the stage first. Although I don't really have anything I want to trash, you know. Yeah, I don't really want to ditch either of these dragons. I'll just go with the Bella Betty to start with. Take a dragon here. I'd have loved the Roger or the Stussy. Should have played the Garp, I guess, huh? At the start, I'm just always looking for the 6-cost Sabo. That's always my priority, so... Yeah, he's put his Dons here. Seems sensible. We'll go with the stage, ditching the Morley, I think. Well, there's the Sabo. We're going to need him, that's for sure. Don't really need him for next turn, so let's attack. So that we can play out the Garp next turn and still still get the attack this turn. I like to get the attack when I can. Sabo's interesting, though. Marco, sure. I think I will... If we get exactly like a hack, he's pretty good here. So I'm going to ditch the... Maybe I could have kept the Morley, I suppose, last turn. There's nothing else I really wanted to get rid of. Let's get rid of the Sabo. There go all my stussies. Man, you keep getting punished for not playing this Garp, huh? Let's play him then. Well, there's Hack. Do I want to play Hack? Or do I want to just attack? Next time we're going with Sabo. Let's see if we can establish the Hack, huh? Let's see if we can establish him. Could have swung 8 there. 8's not bad, but he will just block with Marco. Yeah, I don't think it's too incredible. We'll take that one. And then when he attacks with the leader, I'll block and just blow up the Marco. Just get it off the board. Okay, that's a little annoying. That is a little annoying. Let's block with this. Just get rid of the Marco. He can draw a bunch of cards. It's at 11, man. That's so disgusting. Might have to 2k, 1k this. Don't think we're going to have time for all these dragons. Let's ditch one. I'll take the event, I guess. We just keep... Every time I played use one of the Rev Army searches, I see all the guys I want to search off Garp. Then we played the Garp, we didn't see any of them. That's frustrating. Just go 8 lead. He's just going to Whitebeard this turn, though. And I don't think we're really in a position to answer it. Sadly. 13 and... We need a pudding in more colours, man. This is not okay. This is just not okay. This is straight up not okay. I do... Yeah. Ugh. Yeah, 9-9 is brutal, man. We have to take one and block 2k1. We'll give up the koala. It doesn't really matter. Stitch one of these hacks. I'll take a 2k. No Sabo. No more Sabos. Yeah. What are we going for here? Maybe just the 5-6 Sabo off the dragon. Could go aggressive with my own dragon. Let's do this. We'll summon the Sabo. So we'll send back these 3. Summon this. I think we're going to need the Garp to look towards getting a Roger. But I just don't know how we beat 13 cards in hand. It's just so silly. It's just so silly. Let's go 7. He's going to block. Sure, then we'll go 8. Does eventually give us cards. We got them down to 11. Wow, boys. I think we cooked this game. I don't see a way for us to win this. We whiffed all our unsearchables as well. Like all the stuff I wanted to see off Garp, I saw off the Bello Benny. The Roger, the Stussies, they're all gone. I don't think we're cycling round back to them anytime soon. Like if we could have dropped a Stussy that turn, just removed his Newgate, we would have genuinely been in a decent position. But he's had the perfect curve. We had a pretty good curve, but yeah, this is just so hard to deal with. It's just so hard to deal with. And do that. At least that one's clean. Yeah, sure. Does this want to swing? It does. If we top deck Roger, but we know we've bottom decked them all. I think this game's just over, I can't lie. Yeah, no top deck Roger. GG's, well played to our opponent. I don't know, that wasn't even close. So thank you for watching. What do you think of Red Black Sabo? I do think this deck is very good. You are so strict on seeing your curve, like with this Sabo. And I really do wonder, maybe I'm wrong in thinking about that, the World's Equilibrium event in the Emu deck, right? Because I love playing that when I'm playing into Sabo on sort of 7 or 8 Don, just to get rid of their guy. But nobody seems to be doing it into me. They have the card and they just don't play it. I don't know if I'm misunderstanding or people just haven't got used to the matchup yet, but I think that is an interesting something to consider. But regardless, I do think Red Black Sabo is going to be a lot of fun. I don't think he's as powerful as Ace and Emu, but I do think this deck has a lot of promise for the future as well. Just because your leader's effect is so generic, even if like the Rev Army stuff ends up being bad, like a few sets down the line, a new package could come out that just happens to work really well with Sabo. Like, he doesn't have anything about him that says, oh, you have to play Rev Army cards. It's the cards themselves, like Dragon, that make you play the Rev Army package. Mainly this Dragon, really. I think this leader will likely have a lot of sticking power in the format, even if this build falls out of favour later on. But either way, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the games, and I hope you have a lovely rest of your day.